The Hawks lose 4-3 in the shootout to the Vegas Golden Knights, but a sick goal from Connor Bedard. Actually, two, if we count shootout goals. I guess they do that these days. Join us on the CHGO Blackhawks postgame show. Welcome into the CHGO Blackhawks post-game podcast presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use code CHGO365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. You may be asking why Wavy Noodle Man is activated after a loss. There he is. It is our big brothers, big sisters, Dave Giving. We are raising money for big brothers and big sisters the entire show, so hit that handshake icon to donate. We did this in the pregame show. We already are up to $230+.
Yeah, 260 plus.
Yeah, the first threshold was met, which means Noodle Man gets some extra waving.
Yeah.
So that's why he's on.
And yeah, it's technically 12:05 a.m. on Wednesday here in Chicago, but because this show was supposed to start on Giving Tuesday, we're closing the show here at CHGO. We've already raised a lot of money for Big Brothers Big Sisters, which, if you're unfamiliar with, is a tremendous organization that pairs youth with mentors that they feel like can help them in life, whether it's just someone to be there to support them through school or through job searching, anything like that. Just someone to bounce life questions off of. Definitely worth your time, worth your money.
Yeah.
And today, that's where our Giving Tuesday funds are going towards. And you see on your screen there, we got thresholds at $200, $400, $600, $800, and our goal of $1,000. So $200 was we give Noodle Man some screen time of his own. We've gotten that. Hopefully, his ego is satisfied. The next benchmark is $400, and that is where Jay and I will provide 5 minutes of uninterrupted and unconditional love for Jonathan Toews and Patrick Kane, which we are sometimes accused of not doing, but we'll do it for the people. We're a show of the people. $600, and we do the Blackhawks nickname speed game, which I'm excited for. So I have faith that we are going to get to $600. $800, we are again going to entertain the thoughts of the people, and we're going to rehash the Ivan Demidov versus Artem Levshinov.
Got some in the chat today. Conversations,
and we'll do that. And then $1,000 if we reach our goal by the end of tonight. The four of us, me, Jay, Sarah, and Chloe. We will be partaking in our first ever smelling salts experience, which we will endure and post on social media to completely pay off the challenge.
You have a microphone in your hand? You already talked?
No, I was just saying that this wasn't the first time for me, but I do also want to say
she does smelling salts all the time.
3 out of the 4 then.
And bath salts, which is crazy, but whatever gets you ready for the show.
Yeah.
And for free, we're going to rip on ESPN because that was ass.
Yes.
All right, we got to get to the game first. But
one more thing. $50 donations will put you into a raffle for 2 tickets to the CHGO Blackhawks takeover on December 13th, coming up in just a couple of days. It's a home game against the Red Wings. Alex DeBrincat and Patrick Kane back in town. Chris Chelios, bobblehead night. It includes it's 2 tickets. Those seats are in the 100 level. Also includes a pregame happy hour with the group, with us, over at Crossroads Bar and Grill, not too far away from the studio, and the United Center. So if you are able to donate $50 or more, please do that. You will be entered into the raffle. If you can go to the game, let us know.
Yes.
And take a screenshot of your donation and hit us up at all CHGO or Blackhawks rather. Blackhawks at allchgo.com. Email us, and we will make sure that your name is in the hat, maybe this hat, for that raffle.
Or a bigger hat like mine.
Or a bigger, could be a bigger one.
All right, let's talk about this game. Now that everything's taken
laid
care
out,
of, yes.
Hopefully we get to our goal, and that'll be some positive vibes for the night, because there's going to be some negative ones in this. And I say this: let's dedicate the next half hour to the game. Yeah, and then we'll have some fun. We'll pay off some of our fundraising goals at the end.
Well, look, this is a team that most people, Vegas, consider a Stanley Cup contender, and they haven't looked completely as amazing as you're kind of used to them looking so far this season. But this was about as even of a hockey game as you can possibly play. Both teams are almost dead even in possession. High danger chances were close. Scoring chances were close. Scoring chances were actually 50-50, 22-22. That is if we're talking about analytics, that's the one that Jeff Blashill always goes to, is scoring chances to dictate how a game is.
I mean, it's fair.
The Hawks played the Vegas Golden Knights dead even. However, it feels like a big missed opportunity. You had Carter Hart making his first start in 2 years, and apparently he was off feeding the poor or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So just good to see Carter Hart. Welcome back to the league, Carter Hart. What the frick? We're going to get to that broadcast later because there is so much to get to. But overall, I don't want to get derailed.
Yeah,
it was a good game. I got a little frustrated towards the end where Hawks are up 3-2 and they're sitting back. It wasn't quite dump it and then go back, but they were making a lot of business decisions late in the third. Mm-hmm. There's one play where Oliver Moore had the puck along the boards, probably could have taken a look to see if he had a centering pass or could have cycled back to the point. Instead, he just kind of dumps it behind Carter Hart. Yeah. Like those little things where you're playing it safe. Look, had they escaped with 2 points, not escaped is the wrong word. Had they won the game, we'd all say, hey, you know what? They burned it off at the end and it was great. Yeah. But a lot of talent on Vegas. They're going to push hard. They've got a lot of guys that can put the puck in the net. So I would have liked to see a little more aggression. But aside from that, were there some moments where guys screwed up? Absolutely. I didn't love Alex Vlasic on that third goal. Kind of got turned around in front of the net. The Vegas had 3 whacks on that puck before Bowman would put it in for the game-tying goal.
Crevier was, I don't want to say out of position, but he was stretched a little far.
Yeah. So there were some things here and there that you could certainly nitpick with, but the Hawks hung right in with one of the better rosters in hockey, get a point, which is great, but it is certainly disappointing to not get that second point because you feel like you certainly deserved it.
This was one of those games. It's like the Avalanche game where you're like, you know what, you put that effort against 90% of the league and you come away with that second point. The sequence basically after Bedard scores his rock star goal, which again,
dude,
he is just on another level this season, which has been so much fun to watch.
He's gonna win a Selkie, I was told during the broadcast.
Yeah, sure, why not? To see him continuously make these types of plays, and the whole sequence was great. Ryan Green makes a great defensive play. Andrei Burakovsky corrals the puck, gets it up to Bedard. And then he's off to the races, makes a great move, and just snipes it. Like, just, again, all-star Olympic level plays offensively from him. It's going to be silly if he's not on.
And can we talk about the play also in the third? Mark Stone's got the puck behind the Hawks net. And Connor Bedard comes and takes it from him,
muscles him,
bodies him off the puck, and moves the puck the other way.
It's a Selkie winning play.
Yeah.
I mean, it's again like the complete game from Connor Bedard is starting to grow. We already knew he was offensively talented, but the way he's playing defense now this season, the strength and the speed that he's playing with, and again, like ESPN, the broadcast, Steve Levy and Kevin Weeks were saying like he could get votes for the Hart and the Selkie.
Yeah,
like, he's not going to get any Selkie votes. But he is better defensively. That's not hyperbole to say that Connor Bedard is better defensively this year. But the push in the third period from Vegas, I mean, that's like you said, that's a contender level team. That's a team with Marner and Stone and Eichel and Hurdle and all these guys.
Goes on and on.
That are super accomplished in the league. And I'm not necessarily mad at the Hawks' efforts to try and kind of ride out the push to the end of the game. It's just disappointing that they weren't able to do it in the way that they did. And then, you get down 1-0 early, and given the way that the Ducks game went, you're like, oh, we're here again.
Yeah.
Well, come on, guys.
Yep.
Oliver Moore responds right away. Like,
beautiful. 2
goals in 80 seconds of the game, about a minute apart from each other. It was a great way to respond, and you're back to even, right? And then you continue to push. It's back and forth the entire game. You go to overtime, and it's chances on both ends of the ice. The Blackhawks basically have 2 minutes of a 3-on-2.5 because I think it was Shea Theodore broke his stick and was playing out there without a stick.
And Vegas would not give him it was so weird. Like, you think the Knights
in
would
3-on-3 overtime,
you're
shifting so much, it really doesn't matter who doesn't
I'm
have
giving
the
it
stick.
to my all-star defenseman. He's getting
sure.
my stick
Yeah,
every
that might be the play, but I just couldn't believe that how much time that they had with the puck in their zone with that advantage, and they don't bury it.
I mean that sequence is a perfect illustration between cup contender in Vegas and young team. Artem Levshinov had Carter Hart dead to rights and was like, I don't know what to do. Just kind of skated himself into submission and got in too close to have a real good scoring chance. Ryan Green had a couple really good looks and couldn't finish. The Hawks were the better team in overtime. There's no doubt about it.
They had more,
but I think you just see that like sometimes those moments, those singular moments, like I'm talking about with Levshinov in overtime, they can get you lose your hands a little bit. You lose your head a little bit in those moments because you're like, oh my God, the game's on my stick. I'm right here all alone. Don't screw it up. And then by the time you've said all that to yourself, the play's over and you missed your chance.
Yeah.
With time, with experience, with games like this, the Hawks young players are going to say, I've been here before.
Mm-hmm.
I've been here before. Remember that Vegas game? I'm never doing that again. Next time I get a chance, I'm shooting it. Next time I get a chance, I'm taking it right to the net and stuffing it. Whatever it might be. These are the excellent learning experiences the Hawks are getting. And look, I think Jeff Blashill, hopefully we get to hear from him by the time we're done here. I don't know what he's going to, aside from, hey, you know what, next time on this, do this. Or, hey, you got stretched like you said about Crevier. You're off a little too far. Tighten it up. Little notes about this game. I think they played really well. And it, to me, the shootout remains so frustrating and so unsatisfying. It's just like, it does not feel, when you lose in the shootout, it does not feel right. It just feels gross.
I know. I hate it. I mean, if they had won in the shootout, I'd be feeling great. But
of course.
The loss in the shootout stinks just because you get so entertained by the overtime period.
Overtime was phenomenal.
What I love is that neither team did the we have the puck in the offensive zone and we're on the perimeter and then we're going to pull it out of the zone and go back and try and reset and just control the puck and do nothing with it. Both teams were, if we have a chance, we're going. And it was odd man rush. It's what you want out of the 3-on-3 overtime. And I think to me, I'm always just like, what's the harm other than 5 extra more minutes of making 3-on-3 10 minutes? You're going to almost eliminate the shootout.
Yeah, I would think so.
By extending it. But anyways, that's a grander scale
That
thing.
Sounds like a good show for August.
Sure. We do have a quote here via Mark Lazarus from Jeff Blashill. He says, quote, "You're disappointed you didn't get 2 points, but I thought we did a lot of good stuff on the road against a team that's probably considered one of the Stanley Cup favorites. We'll have outchanced them, and certainly we're in a position to win the hockey game." So again, it's a game that you watch it. The eye test and the analytics say coin flip.
Yeah.
And it was. And it was. Yeah. You go through 65 minutes and you have to go to the shootout. It becomes a coin flip. So I'm very I feel very that they didn't get the 2 points, but I'm not browbeating this team.
No, there's no
reason
to. And some weirdness happening in the chat from people I've never seen before, which whatever, it's late night, so that's fine. And people are frustrated after a loss, but
CHGO After Dark.
Ooh, some context would be helpful in some of these comments, people. We want to thank Anonymous again.
Thank you, Anonymous.
Stopped for hacking governments and gave us $25, which we appreciate. $2.90. All right,
let's go.
So let's go. We need more. We're getting to 1,000. I have faith, and I say this all the time.
I know you sickos want to see us do smelling.
Yeah, and you might be sick of hearing me say this, but honestly, sacrifice your coffee tomorrow, right? Make it at home. Get a small instead of a large, whatever it might be. Kick in $5. If everyone watching right now kicked in $5, we would crush our total.
Also, I have noticed a couple lovely super chats that you guys have sent in, and we do really appreciate that. But how about instead of sending us money today, donate to the Day of Giving?
Yes.
And let's get our fundraising goal up.
1 or 2 times a year, we will say, don't give us super chats. Give us money in a different way.
Yes, this is the 100%. Day of
We'll say
Giving,
that.
though.
We'll say that.
Well, we appreciate them.
Appreciate it. And we will get to them.
If you got a $5 super chat in your mind, make it a $5 donation, and we'll see that you donated, and we'll make sure we prioritize your comment too. Maybe if you want to write like donated next to your comment, and we'll flag it that way. All right, we got to hit the break zone. We have not asked you to hit the like button yet. Please do. We have almost 500 people watching us at 12:20 in the morning on a Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. So thank you very much. We appreciate it.
And yes, the people are saying it's the handshake button is how you do the donation for Giving Tuesday.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
It's the handshake button. It should be right next to the like button. It should be right next to the chat button. Should be right there.
Yep. Absolutely. All right, we're going to take our first time out of the show. Hit that like button for us. We'll be back in 2 minutes with much more on CHGO Blackhawks. Our friends at Sunnyside Dispensary are here to elevate your already elevated football season. Sunnyside is your home for judgment-free shopping. They've got a massive selection with over 100 strains to choose from with easy online ordering and in-store pickup. That's why it is my go-to dispensary. Wherever you are in Illinois, Sunnyside has a location for you as far south as Champaign and as far north as South Beloit, but not as far north as North Beloit.
That's in Wisconsin.
It is? Is North Beloit a real place?
There's a Beloit in Wisconsin.
Oh, but not a technically North Beloit.
I don't think they have a Sunnyside.
They should have one, just to clarify. Anyway, stop in the nearest store for guidance expert guidance from their staff, and they have guidance experts too. And go to their website to save 50% on your first 3 online purchases with promo code HICHGO at checkout. And if you're a returning customer, use code CHGO50. Exclusions apply. Sunnyside Dispensary, Bright Buys every day, only for 21 plus or Illinois MedCard holders.
Winter is here.
It is.
I don't care what the calendar says.
Yeah.
There's snow everywhere around my house. It is winter, and that means your home needs to be ready for the cold temperatures. Do you have a plumbing emergency? Call Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Do you have an electric emergency? Call Four Seasons. If you need a new hot water tank installed today, call Four Seasons. Now is the time to make sure your furnace is ready to go. So call Four Seasons, and at Four Seasons, they guarantee same-day installation for all of your heating, cooling, plumbing, electrical, and generator needs with no extra charge for service on nights, weekends, and holidays, because that's when things break. Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric has been serving the Chicagoland area for over 50 years. They are your local trusted experts. Four Seasons Air Conditioning, Heating, Plumbing, and Electric. Visit fourseasonsheatingcooling.com for all of their special offers and money-saving coupons. That's fourseasonsheatingcooling.com.
All right, we are back on CHGO Blackhawks. Get your votes in for the game puck winner. Our nominees tonight, Spencer Knight, Tyler Bertuzzi, who is now a point-per-game player. 23 points in 23 games. And Connor Bedard with maybe his goal of the year. I'm sure there'll be more. And a sick shootout goal, too.
Yeah, I mean, 2 amazing highlight reel goals. You just add more to the resume he's built this season for honestly being in the conversation for the Hart Trophy as league MVP. It's not just because we're a Blackhawks show. No. NHL.com put out their 16 writers, which I think most to all of them are voters. They had Bedard finishing second in the Hart to Nathan McKinnon. If the season ended right now.
Calm down, Chloe. You're not in Denver anymore. By the way, it's I'll say this. This is the age-old argument of how you define MVP. Yeah. Connor Bedard is more valuable to the Blackhawks than Nathan McKinnon is to the Avalanche. Nathan MacKinnon is a better player right now than Connor Bedard, but the term is most valuable player.
If the Hawks make the playoffs
and
Bedard continues this throughout the season, I think he has an edge. If they don't make the playoffs, then I think it's hard to award that trophy to a team that didn't make the playoffs. But I'm always of the mindset that there should be a dedicated most outstanding player.
Mm-hmm.
So if Connor McDavid or Nathan MacKinnon score 150 points, then yeah, most outstanding. But most valuable there should be a weighted way to measure that. But again, I mean, if you have a guy like Nathan MacKinnon scoring 140 points, like that's the most.
Is Colorado good without Nathan MacKinnon? Are they a playoff team?
They're still good. Yeah.
Are the Blackhawks anywhere close to where they are without Connor Bedard?
No.
Thank you.
They're not. Anyways,
that's a remote. I didn't have a mic. I can drop.
You dropped the noodle. Yeah, I mean, Bedard had another incredible game. Frank Nazar, look, I know he didn't. He got an assist. On the opening goal.
This is 4-game point streak for, I think.
Yes, at least 3, might be 4. But man, I would love for him to score a freaking goal, man.
3, sorry, my bad.
I really just want him to get that goal scoring swagger back to his game, and it wasn't for a lack of trying. We were going through the numbers during the break. He had 7 individual scoring chances tonight, 4 individual high danger chances. Like he was noticeable, and he was, a positive impact player.
You can see him fighting it though. Like
he's
that shootout goal even illustrates very much in his head. Feeling the fact that he's not scored a goal in a month. I get it. Like, I think so. Has he been effective? Yes. And look, we all realize that he is coming back from injury. His last goal was October 28th.
Over a month.
Against Ottawa.
Yeah. It's been, was that before or after the Calgary game? That would have been before.
That was, yes, that was before.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4 games before it.
Yeah. So I would, man, I feel like one goal, I feel like getting one, even the shootout one tonight would have been great, but getting one, I think will open it up for him. Hopefully. I think we'd be remiss without mentioning Spencer Knight's play tonight.
It's great.
Holy smokes.
Yep.
It is night. It is night and day difference between him and Arvid Soderblom in net. And you watch the game, you can clearly see the difference he makes, but go to the analytics. Expected goals for tonight for the Vegas Golden Knights was 3.24. I mean, I feel
another
like
0.24.
I feel like he saved the shot attempts that were like on net, shot attempts on goal. I'm trying to score a goal this way. He made the saves.
Yeah.
And for 2 of those goals to go in basically friendly fire, really is a bummer. And that's another like pain in the butt that they didn't get the 2 points tonight, because you're going to overtime. Basically 2 out of 3 goals are, I hate to say luck of the bounce, but it felt that way.
The Bertuzzi one you would say would be kind of lucky on their end, but
I was kind of gifted to him. But Bertuzzi had to finish the play, but it was kind of gifted to him.
Right. Yeah. I mean, look, there's a lot of good to take away. I think all 3 of these Game Puck nominees are worthy. I saw someone mention, like, why wasn't Bertuzzi used in the shootout?
I don't know if that's
not a big shootout guy.
I think half of his goals are from them, bouncing off of him, backboard style. But I don't have any issue with the guys that they used in the shootout. It was Teravainen. He's got hands, but I wouldn't use. I guess using him as the opener is fine, because I wouldn't rely on him to. Oh my God. Sorry.
What?
Gigantic centipede.
Where?
There's that gigantic centipede back there. Scared the crap out of me. Sorry.
Oh my God.
Anyways. Teravainen wouldn't rely on him. Wouldn't rely on him in a closer role in the shootout. So I guess using him, you want to use him. I think he's skilled enough that if you don't use him, you're like, why didn't you use him? So I guess he's fine there. Bedard, obviously, you're using. Donato is usually pretty good in those situations. Nazar, he's got the hands. I'm fine using him.
In his career, Tyler Bertuzzi is 0 for 5 in the shootout.
And he's had a substantial length of career already, so to only have five shot attempts and not score, it's not really his game.
The stats would prove that correct.
Yes, yeah.
I'm not a big analytics guy, but
going 0 for 5 is not
but
great.
0 for 5 over a 10-year career
basically
would would indicate probably not the greatest.
Yeah, so I again, like I think this game, it's moral victory. That's kind of a negative way to look at it. Like, it's a loss, but it's the coin flip loss, and I think there's plenty of positives to take away, and the, like you mentioned before at the beginning of the show, like the changes or the what you would improve on is so minor, right? That it's just like, yeah, you'll get there. Like those things, it's like those things that's like, it's almost those situations where it's just like, the Nazar penalty, right? That negated the power play chance that they had. He knows he can't do that,
right?
And I'm sure he won't do it again. It doesn't need to be beaten over the head with the lesson of don't do that, don't do that. Yeah, like,
yeah, right.
He knows. He's a smart hockey
Every
player.
NHL game, somebody has to win, somebody has to lose, and when it goes to the coin flip of the shootout, you lost.
Right, yeah,
you lost. It happened. Like, we could rehash it all. It feels like there has to be a villain, some hawk to blame after every loss. Tonight, it's apparently Alex Vlasic, which is okay.
Yeah, I don't think I come away with this. I don't really come away from this game thinking like there was anyone that was absolutely terrible that you lay it at their feet. I don't. I think Wyatt Kaiser had a few moments where he almost gave away goals, but then the efforts he made to make up for them,
Duncan Keith
made up for them. Oh yeah, that one too. That was a good one.
So many.
The diving play after he made a horrible turnover to save what could have very likely been the tying goal at the time.
Yeah,
that's a great desperation play. He made the glove save I think that was in the first period. Like, he was making some pretty good plays tonight defensively. Again, like a give and take kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, I don't look at tonight's game. Watching it, I didn't think anybody was egregiously bad. I think Levshunov had some good moments.
Not his best night, but
some bad moments.
He had some really good plays too.
Rinzel was up and down. I just looked at, someone said it in the chat earlier, and I was just like, is that true? He only had 11 shifts. I don't know if he didn't. I don't think he really played much in the third period.
Yeah, his total minutes were
I gotta look at the
930.
See if I can pick up the shift chart on him.
Yeah. He's +1 though.
Good. That's good. That's a good metric.
Yeah. All right. Before we hit the break zone for the final time, we have hit the $400 threshold. Some new donations, a bunch from Anonymous, 125, 25, 25, and 25. And now we've got Joshua, who threw in $5. That's a cup of coffee, Joshua. That's what we're talking about. Those things add up. We appreciate that. And Schaefer Moore, $20 donation as well. And remember, if you pledge $50, snap a photo of your donation receipt, send it to blackhawks@allchgo.com. You'll be entered to win a pair of tickets to our takeover on December 13 as the Hawks face the Wangs.
Detroit. Rinzel had one shift in the third period.
Okay.
So
interesting.
Teachable moment, maybe
100%.
Maybe his game wasn't up to what Blashill wanted. That's a teachable moment. And Rinzel is, I mean, he's had some ups and downs. He's been scratched. He's come back and had good performances, but it's not linear.
Right.
So hopefully, it gets a bounce back opportunity. They got the Kings coming up next.
Twice.
I love the 2 games in 3 days, both games in LA. Like, it goes back to that weird COVID season after COVID hit, the 21 season, where they had the screwy divisions, and they had like baseball style series. I love that. I wish they would do more of that. So I'm excited for that.
You talk about building rivalries. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if the Hawks and they're going to play again this weekend, but like if the Hawks and Ducks had been back to back.
Yeah, right.
That would have been
good
for rivalry
those
development.
Second games of those 2 games in 3 days are always a little bit more ratcheted up. So I'm looking forward to it.
All right, break zone time. Hit that like button for us, and we'll talk to you in 2 minutes. You got us to the $400 threshold, so we will sing the praises of Jonathan Toews and Patrick Kane coming up next on CHGO Blackhawks.
We are brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this football season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more than or less than on at least 2 player stats, and if your picks are right, you could cash in. Do you think Saquon Barkley is going to get more than or less than 1 rushing touchdown?
No.
If it's against the Bears, probably less than.
Eagles are cooked.
Do you think Josh Allen is going to get more than or less than 270 passing yards? Well, either way, you make that selection, and if you're right, you are going to cash in. Prize Picks is the only app that offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. So you can do the aforementioned Josh Allen pass yards, rush yards, and touchdowns and be a winner. Download the app today. Use the code CHGO, and you're going to get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
Do you know where your money is? Do you know what you're spending money on? Probably not.
I left it at home.
It's time for you to feel organized and confident in your finances with Monarch Money. It's the all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean interface on your laptop or phone. And right now, just for you, Monarch is offering 50% off your first year. I started using it a couple months ago. When Monarch jumped on, I said, hey, I'm bad with money. I need help. Monarch has helped me. I know where my money is going. Ergo, I spend less money on dumb stuff. Ergo, I have more money at the end of the month. See how that works? Monarch isn't just another finance app. It's a tool real pros and experts actually love. Don't let financial opportunity slip through the cracks. Use code CHGO at monarch.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarch.com with code CHGO. All right. Well, I guess we're going to the frat house now.
Woo!
I love it.
That's
Are we ready? Do we got
song.
the graphic ready?
Sure.
Fire
why not?
it up.
Why not? It's the frat house time.
Hell yeah. Connor Bedard with 1 goal, no assist, bum. 24-22 of ice time, a future Selkie trophy for Connor Bedard. He also had 6 shots on goal, 9 shot attempts. We're not going to talk about the face-offs tonight. Really good game for Connor Bedard. So he is our frat boy.
A frat house worthy game.
Today's frat house on Madison. So there we go. Some conversation about the Florida Panthers, dead last in the Eastern Conference. The Hawks do have their first-round pick this year.
Yes.
Explain it.
I guess there was some, on the broadcast, misinformation about that pick.
No way.
Went back and I had a Twitter DM with Mr. and or Mrs. Puckpedia. I forget who runs that website now.
Senior.
But with Puckpedia, after that Knight Jones first round pick trade went down, and their explanation was that the condition was Florida could swap the 26 pick for their 27 first round pick if prior to the 2025 draft, Florida decided, no, we are going to use that 26 pick in another trade. That didn't happen. So it is the 2026 first round pick for the Florida Panthers this year, which is not protected.
So
where they are right now in the standings, you said last place in the Eastern Conference, that would make them...
That's bad for the record, everyone.
Yeah.
Once again, not an analytics guy, but
they currently are 28th in the league, so that's pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th.
The fifth.
So they could be picking 5th.
Yes.
And that would mean they have the 5th best odds of winning the draft. And if that happens, That means the Blackhawks
Can you imagine?
would win the draft.
Oh my God.
If you trade Seth Jones and get Spencer Knight and Gavin McKenna or whoever you want at the top of the draft, boy, what a trade.
Yes, that's a good trade. It's a good trade anyway.
It's already a good trade.
It's already a good trade.
It's already been a great trade.
It would be great. All right, we got to start talking about Kane and Toews. Ready?
5 minutes on the clock.
How are we going to do this? We're going to be like, they should have brought him back, or just talk how great they are?
Just talk about how much you love them. 5 minutes
all right,
until the 40-minute mark.
Clock's rolling, baby. Get going.
I owe my career path to Jonathan Toews and Patrick Kane and the contributions that they made in their time with the Chicago Blackhawks. The second ever Blackhawks jersey that I owned, the first one was the black jersey when I turned 9. The second one was a Patrick Kane jersey back in 2009. And I finally grew out of that one when I was 9 years old.
Good job.
And he was just absolutely electric. Him and Jonathan Toews revitalized hockey in Chicago. It was, and you know, the supporting cast around them, flowers to them all the time. But it was those two guys at the top. They were the marquee names on, you know, they were the names on the marquee. Outside the United Center, and they were the catalysts of hockey coming back to Chicago in a big way. And it was, you know, the reason that a whole generation of fans, where I am in that wheelhouse of that generation, people of my age, you know, people who are now in their 20s and are adults out in the real world. Kane and Toews was their childhood, and they just were absolute stars in Chicago. And you know, during that run of the 2010s, like, the Blackhawks were the biggest team outside of 2016. I would say the Blackhawks were the most fun team to be a fan of in Chicago for about a 8 or 9
there's no doubt about
span.
I mean, I like what you said about them being the reason for your career. Same with me. I mean, I had a career, but what really made me rise above just being a ordinary producer was the fact that I got to cover the Hawks when the Hawks got really good. Mm-hmm. So without their success, I wouldn't be here. This show might not even be here. Who knows?
Right.
That cannot be overstated. So, and they did, like, it felt like overnight to a lot of people because they arrived at the same time and got the team good right away. Yeah. Where a lot of people miss Seabrook and Keith and all the development that had been happening ahead of that, which is fine. But the arrival of those two is really what did it. And, like, I just, to me, there was a period of a couple years where Jonathan Toews was the perfect hockey player. We forget, because of the way Toews' career wound down in Chicago with the health issues, with the injuries, with missing time, there were real conversations about Jonathan Toews and Sidney Crosby on the same plane as the same level of player.
Who do you build a franchise around?
Exactly. And I think when that poll ran, I believe it was The Athletic, GMs were polled, which of these players you start a franchise with, Toews or Crosby. Toews won that. Now, in fairness, there was a lot of anti-Crosby bias early in his career because, just like with Connor Bedard, we've seen it. People don't want to hear the hype. This guy's overhyped and hasn't accomplished anything and blah, blah, blah.
Complaining to the refs.
It happens with LeBron James. It happened with Sidney Crosby. And all both those guys did was exactly what they were promised to do and much more by being, at worst, the 5th best players in our league of all time. Fine, right? Like, they have both become what they were hyped to become. And I think over time, fans have let go of that bitterness to Crosby and embrace him. Anyway, we're not talking about Crosby. We're talking about Kane and Toews. And with Kane, so Toews for a long period of time, maybe the best player in the league. And then Kane, who was, if you needed a moment, if you needed a goal, if you needed an overtime winner, you needed a shootout winner, it was him every freaking time. Every time there was a moment to deliver, Patrick Kane would deliver. And that's like why I think, and rightfully so, I think he's the greatest American-born player of all time, maybe forward of all. I still think Chelios is That's a different show for a different day.
Kane is
they're both Hawks, which is great.
About to break the all-time points record.
Yeah.
Like, he's on pace to do that this season. Like, that's something we all, for a number of years, have expected to happen. Yeah, I think he's absolutely that guy. And until someone else comes along, if it's Austin Matthews when his career is over and surpasses him, maybe. But until that time, like, Patrick Kane is the guy. And think about how many young players in the league now, like Patrick Kane was their idol. Like guys like Zegras and Jack Hughes.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, Bedard talks about it, and just like how many guys were influenced by him, and you know, the swagger that he had in his early in his career, and just the play style and the stick handling, and everything was just elite level and game changing. Because for an American player to have that style of play, I think, and that level of play and that impact, that was a big thing for U.S. hockey, I would say, as far as, you know, his individual influence within the U.S. For the sport goes to say, because, I mean, Canada's had that influence for so long. But for a guy like Patrick Kane to come along and influence, like, the American game, the American side of the sport, like, that was,
he's a game changer.
Special.
And there's a reason that Matthew Tkachuk chews his mouthpiece out of his mouth.
So many guys do it. Yeah,
a lot of guys do it because they grew up watching Patrick Kane.
Mm-hmm.
And he was an absolute culture shifter in this league. So there you go. There's 5+ minutes on
5 minutes
Jonathan
and
Toews
change.
and Patrick Kane.
Yeah.
Do we have a Blash ready to go? Or Frank?
One second. I believe Delaney B in the chat was saying, I hope when these guys do eventually officially retire, that they do, you know, the one-day contract, retire as a Hawk. I can guarantee you that is going to happen.
Yeah. If not, their numbers are going to be.
I don't know how many
forever.
years Patrick Kane wants to keep playing, and how many years it's going to be in Detroit, and how many years he's going to keep missing the playoffs in Detroit. But when it's done, he's gonna. I guarantee you, it's going to be what they did with Hossa: come back, retire as a Hawk on a one-day contract. Same for Jonathan Toews. Absolutely.
Yeah. It was just a pleasure to watch those guys play, and Toews will always be one of my all-time favorite players, and it hasn't been quite as painful to watch him in Winnipeg as I thought it would be. I don't really know why, but it just hasn't been. Maybe it's just he's been gone so long, and I've kind of had moved on. I kind of mourned that loss for a while already.
Yeah, it's different. So Toews playing in Winnipeg compared to Kane playing in Detroit is different because Toews got the goodbye. Toews played what I think a lot of people thought might have been not only his last game in Chicago, but maybe his last game ever. I was almost certain it was his last game ever. Whereas Kane, it was just like you knew eventually he was going to get traded. You just didn't know when, and then it happened, and you were like, oh, then it's over. And he went to the Rangers first. But yeah, I mean, seeing Toews play, it's almost just like, oh man, I'm glad that he was able to come back and play and make it work. And seeing Kane continue on, it's still a little weird, but I think it took a little more time to kind of get over it.
Got a viewer in Switzerland, 12 MAH, says first post-game show watching it at 7:46 a.m.
Nice.
Here in Switzerland. He's writing us from the future.
How is tomorrow? That's awesome. It makes me very excited for our Olympic coverage.
Yeah.
Which we're still finalizing the details of what we're going to do for it. But because we have people in not only America and Canada, but across the seas, and all the 7 of them watching worldwide, like it's so fun. The reach that we can have in the way that we do this show. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very cool to see these late night shows. You get a lot of that.
Portugal, England, Australia.
Budapest. Just someone's always in here from Budapest.
Yeah, we've heard from everybody.
Yeah.
And all of your money is good for Big Brothers, Big Sisters.
Yeah, let's keep those donations coming.
The next thing I'm very excited for, so let's get to 600 so we can play the nickname game. I put a lot of work and study research into this.
Oh boy,
we're
stalled out.
We can do it. Come on.
We need $110 more to get to 600. We got to do that. Let's go.
There's enough people out there that can pool their money and force us to do smelling salts. So let's do it. Come on.
Let's go. In the meantime,
I paid for them already, so let's do it.
In the meantime, let's hear from Blackhawks head coach Jeff Blashill. This is courtesy of the Chicago Blackhawks.
How would you assess that game?
Well, you're disappointed you didn't get 2 points, but with that said, I thought we did a lot of good stuff. I mean, we, on the road against a team that, is probably considered one of the Stanley Cup favorites, certainly one of the teams that, I think looks like could come out of the West, and, in the end we'll have outchanced them, and certainly we're in position to win the hockey game. Part of this whole process is put a lot of people in situations where they grow, and so there'll be learning opportunities that we'll go through on Thursday, but overall certainly pleased with the process side of it. Disappointed we didn't get 1 more point.
You guys have struggled a bit in overtime, but that was just unbelievable. 6-7 chances to win the game.
Yeah, we did. We had a lot of chances there in overtime, and we have our record. Once it gets to it isn't good enough right now. Like if you flip the record with us in like Anaheim, for example, we'd be in right there. So we recognize that. But I will say, I thought that overtime we did a great job. We certainly had all the chances. We just did everything but score.
You talked about Moore and Nazar's speed this morning, and it seemed like they both were able to play off of that and do that tonight.
Yeah, especially in the first, I thought they were excellent. I thought they were really, really skating, and because of that, they can really put teams on their heels, and maybe not quite as much as the game went on, but I thought in the first especially they were really skating. So that's the model. That's what it looks like. That's what we need to get out of them on a real consistent basis.
More kind of. The thing that seems different this year is he's able to create his own offense like that.
Yeah, he definitely can create his own space, and that's a really good defenseman that he was able to create enough space to get the shot off. It's very impressive. So again, I wasn't here a year ago. I can't speak to it, but he definitely has been able to kind of self-create some of those situations.
Moore kind of took the blame for the tying goal going for that change, but it seemed like maybe a few mistakes were made. What did you see on that?
Yeah, that'll fall on more than one person. I got to watch it again. I haven't watched it since I got back in yet, but that'll fall on more than one. Certainly, it's the area where you can't change. I think maybe we just didn't quite reload as quick as we could have. Maybe just like one step, but that's all. It's a great team like that needs, especially Eichel's one of the very best players in the world, and so it was unfortunate because we were certainly in a position. I thought we had done a really good job up to that point and not given much up, and we just again almost took a breath. But that's part of the learning process. We got some young guys out there in critical moments, and that's good. That's what this is about is continuing to grow.
Late in the third, Levshunov made a really nice play. Saw it, had a chance for a breakaway, and Levshunov went with him stride for stride, steered him outside. How have you seen his defensive side?
Yeah, I think he's done a good job. He had a little miscue in the first goal, got in the wrong side of the guy. But overall, I think he's done a pretty good job. He has a real strong stick, meaning he can find a way to get stick on puck and disrupt plays. He's just really strong on it. He's a guy who probably is faster than he looks. He's got real powerful strides. I think his defensive game's growing for sure.
Power play seemed to kind of have a rough night, though. Vegas did a good job penalty killing it. Any takeaways from that?
I'd have to watch again, to be honest with you. We had a couple chances in the first. Certainly the one from behind the net to Connor's a real good chance, but it wasn't. We have a chance to win the game with the power play, and we don't do it. So the power play's been good. It's not going to score every night, but there was definitely areas where again, my whole thing in the power plays just don't have unforced errors, and I thought we had a couple unforced errors.
All right, there's Jeff Blashill again, courtesy of the Blackhawks, and
5 shots on goal on 5
power
plays.
The power play.
Like
I mean, look,
yeah.
but it's got to be better. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Vegas is a really good defensive team. Like you've got to give the penalty kill some credit too.
Sure.
They did a lot. They prevented the Hawks from getting set up very often. But I will say, when the Hawks did get set up, they generated some chances. But again, Bedard had another awesome shot on the power play that Carter Hart gloved out of the air. That was ticketed for the top right corner. He just sort of fought it off with the glove save. And
an amazing save by Carter
thank
Hart.
God he's back.
Save of the game.
We're so blessed. So welcome back to the league, Carter Hart.
ESPN's broadcast tonight was absolutely nauseating to listen to. If you watched this game on mute, you had a great time because you saw a great hockey game. Steve Levy is a great broadcaster for hockey, not in game.
In a studio.
Kevin Weeks is a great analyst for hockey, not awesome in game. John Butchergross, when he's not paired with John Tortorella, is usually pretty good behind the desk.
Torts
not in game. Torts
should bag skate himself.
Torts
because he didn't show up for this game.
Can retire and just go away. We don't need him as a coach. We don't need him coaching U.S. Olympic hockey, which he's going to do. And I don't need his 10 words in a 15-minute intermission. I don't need it. And
played for Columbus too. Yeah, thanks, John.
And
thank you. Yeah, we know Brandon Saad played for Columbus. Yep.
The consistent and look, okay. Carter Hart coming back, 2 years off, first game back, it's a storyline, right? 100% understand that.
And real quick, one of the chatters mentioned that there was pregame. We were doing our own pregame, so we missed it.
Mm-hmm.
There was an explanation on where Carter Hart was.
Of course. How many saves did he make tonight? I'm going to go back and look.
Too many. 27. They
made a point to make every single one of those 27 saves sound like it was make or break on the game, that every single one of those saves he made. It felt incredibly weird and off-putting to hear them, for lack of a better term, glaze Carter Hart's performance tonight the way that they did. And look, you want to talk about the breaking down his game, that's fine. It was like active rooting for him in the game. Look, and it just felt freaking weird.
And we're not saying that we know that
you don't have to blast them.
They're not going to go on.
You don't have to bury him.
It's a shame that they're not going to do that.
They're not going to do that. You don't have to do that. But it just felt weird. It felt like both guys, and again, Steve Levy and Kevin Weeks are great broadcasters in the right situations. But it just felt really, really, really weird how much over the top they were going to praise Carter Hart's game, in which he was a negative in goals saved above expected.
Yeah, it's
weird.
It's expected. We all knew he was going to be back in the league. It was a matter of time. But it doesn't need to be a celebration when it happens. I'm sorry. It doesn't have to be a celebration, and that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Did he play well? He was fine. He was good. Probably better than you thought he would be.
He was the winning goalie.
Yeah, fine. But, he wasn't Patrick Waugh.
No.
He wasn't Dominic Hasek. He wasn't Spencer Knight. See what I did there? He's just not. Anyway, I don't even want to, because all this is going to do is going to lead to more trolling. So I'm not even here for it. I don't even want to pay him any mind. But to me, the problem with ESPN is a clear lack of investment in it. You are throwing studio hosts to be play-by-play guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what they do. I get it. We were talking during the game. EJ Radick is always thrown into play-by-play roles by NHL Network because it's NHL Network. They're selling that screen door that zips itself. And, tired of dropping all your car wash supplies? It's...
Do you have mesothelioma?
It's a low-budget operation. I understand that. You got to get what you can get. At least you're covering the game. This is ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. They're your rights holder, and are throwing studio hosts on. Someone said on Twitter, I missed this. Someone said that that Torts said, let's get this game wrapped up. Let's get the clock rolling. We got to get out of here because it was a late night game. Don't do the job. There's a bunch of people that would love to have your job, Torts.
There's a lot of people who are better analysts than that.
That would, and for a guy who made his whole career on being a hard ass, and you have to work hard, and you gotta grind, and you gotta be the hardest work. He put zero effing work into his job tonight.
Show me a guy
zero work, completely. And I feel that is the approach from ESPN hockey broadcasts most night, unless it's the A team. If it's the A team, fine.
Mm-hmm.
They do a fine job, decent, but it feels like. Show up at the arena. What are the game notes? All right. What? Anyone I should know about on this team? Oh yeah, Frank Nazar. Okay, yeah. Oliver Moore. Okay, what is he? He's fast. Okay,
for a rights holder.
There's no prep. There's nothing
for a rights holder. The level that ESPN is supposed to be for sports broadcasting, it just feels so subpar.
Yes.
And this is not a isolated incident, and because the Blackhawks lost and it was on ESPN, we're salty. No, like, this is across the board. It's night in and night out. People dread these ESPN games because of the quality of the broadcast and the quality that they're getting. Bob Wickhusen is so good at play-by-play for ESPN. He just can't do every single game that's on ESPN. You got to find other people who are play-by-play people, dedicated play-by-play people who can do it. Because if you slot in people on broadcast in their strong suits, then things get better. The way TNT has it set up, that studio panel, Liam McHugh is the host. Anson Carter and Bissonnette and Gretzky, like they break down the game. Henrik Lundqvist breaks down the game from all different angles, and then they have their play-by-play group is their play-by-play group. Kenny Albert, Eddie Olczyk, Darren Pang is on that panel too. It's got the people are in the right spots that they want to have on that broadcast. It's the same way for setting up a hockey lineup. Yeah. You don't want to have a guy on the that's a fourth liner playing on your top line and saying, "Yep, job's done." Like, you want to have people in the right roles to execute a quality enough broadcast.
And that's what Turner did, right? And they found they got Gretzky, which is great, but it wasn't only about getting the biggest names they could. Like, you knew as soon as Torts was laid off, you knew it was a matter of time before ESPN gave him a deal. Just because, he's going to say something wacky. Is he good at the job? Nope.
Right.
He's bad at the job and adds nothing to the broadcast. Say what you want about, I know Bissonnette's not for everybody, but you want to talk about a guy who is locked in on the NHL, locked in on hockey, cares about the sport, knows the players on the ice, knows the players off the ice, puts the work in, really good. Anson Carter he was a really good player, but he wasn't a Hall of Famer, but he put the work in to become a good broadcaster. Henrik Lundqvist is improving every game. Like, you see him, they give him the goalie stick and put him in net, and he shows how things are done. They do the same thing with Anson Carter. They brought in Sarah Nurse to be an analyst. They bring in people who want to be there. ESPN, from start to finish, feels like, let's just get out of here as quickly as we possibly can. It just feels like they are not at all invested in the NHL, which is a shame because they are one of the two rights holders. Turner is so much better. It's so much better. Like you said, they've got people in the right roles. You look around other sports, right? We were watching the Kansas game on the other TV today, and Boog Shambi, a professional play-by-play guy, was on the call, right? How we see Jason Benetti, we see Adam Amin, we see professional play-by-play men doing NFL, NBA, all other MLB games all over the place. Meanwhile, they're throwing John Buchacross and Steve Levy on play-by-play mics. It's not what they do. You are doing your audience a disservice. And here's the thing. They don't care. They don't care. ESPN feels like an unsupervised frat house. Just, here's our hockey people. Go figure it out. And we're not going to pay attention. We're not going to supervise. Because we don't really care. We're more invested in the NBA and the NFL. So we're just going to let our hockey guys be ass and not do anything about it to make it better or hold them to a standard. There's no standard of excellence on the ESPN broadcast.
Well, it gets better because Thursday is also an ESPN game.
Huzzah.
Yeah. Thursday's game against the Kings will again be on ESPN+. It'll be Roxy Bernstein and Cassie Campbell-Pascal on the broadcast.
I feel like Roxy Bernstein is actually pretty good.
Roxy
Don't hold me to that.
Bernstein is noteworthy for being on the last ever broadcast for the Pac-12 network.
That's and he was with the A's. So that is a play-by-play man. And I assure you that when we see Alan Samuel Roxy Bernstein, born September 25th, 1972, on the broadcast this week, it's going to be a lot better than this one.
You really know your stuff on broadcast.
I'm a big Roxy fan. So, yes, it'll be an improved broadcast. All right, we're going to go to overtime?
We're going to go to overtime.
All right, we're going to overtime. We got to get our numbers up here.
Yeah,
we got a couple new ones. We got Super Bork Laser, which I believe is another hole, brother. Bork hole. $5. Eris Mix gives us $5. $2 from Windy City Hockey, and another $20 from Anonymous. So let's keep that going. What's our total at the moment, Sarah?
522.
We can do this.
We're a little short, folks.
A little bit.
It's 1 a.m. I don't want to make this a we don't go home till we reach our goal situation because it's late, but I'm threatening you all that we won't go off air until we reach our goal.
Yeah, Mario will not go off the air until we reach our goal.
Just leave me in the centipede here. We'll close the whole show. A couple super chats we had to pay off.
Yes.
Austin's $2 super chat says instead of the TNT Bulls, we have the ESPN Plus OT loss Hawks.
Yeah,
sure. Frank hockey fan. Okay, we already.
It's a good comment.
Okay. The way ESPN talked about it, Carter Hart was returning from a bout of leukemia while feeding the poor in Africa. I'm pretty sure that wasn't the case. You're correct.
No, I don't think that was a story.
And Madhouse Meek gives us $4.99. Says Kaiser makes 2 saves for the Vezina. Thanks for being here past bedtime.
Love saving a beauty.
Thanks for being with us as well. Yeah, two big saves for Kaiser in this one.
You can relax. I killed the centipede.
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
I can see you guys keep looking at your feet. Chloe's got her feet up. It's dead.
I just bumped my computer.
Oh, okay, it's all squashed over there.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I'm still like queasing at the fact that it could crawl. So
it'll be okay.
All right, we just got another $50 super chat.
Ooh, are they?
So we're $28 away from the 600 threshold.
They're in the drawing.
Let's get the 600 here.
Anonymous, if you want to be in the drawing for the tickets, we will need to know who you are.
Yes.
Yeah. Anything else? Oh, game pucks. We got to pay off game pucks as well.
Yes, the winner of the game puck today is once again
Bedard.
Connor Bedard.
78% of the 260 votes. Second place was Spencer Knight, 17%, and third place Tyler Bertuzzi with 5%.
So he is now 1 behind Spencer Knight for the season lead. This is his 1, 2, 3. This is his 6th game puck. Spencer Knight is 7. Work to do for Tyler Bertuzzi, Andre Burakovsky, Artem Lefshov, Ryan Green, Sam Lafferty, Colton Dock, and Lucas Reichel. I think Reichel can still pull it out.
Let it play out.
He still has.
He might get traded back. We'll give the 4th round pick back to them and take Lucas Reichel back. Yeah.
Yikes.
Won't happen, but
scratched again today.
You never know. He was scratched.
Yeah.
Boy. Anyways.
Yeah. Yep. He was scratched.
That's tough.
100%.
Well, yeah, I think this to put a bow on this game, broadcast aside and result aside, this was a fun game.
My God, it was a great game.
Like the back and forth of it, knowing that there was a chance to win, how close that they were in the overtime. Bedard, being the star of the show with the goal and the shootout. And in the go ahead goal at the time, Spencer Knight playing the way that he did, like it really was another game where you're just like, man, like this team really is different than we've seen in the last few years, and it really feels, this is game 26 of the season. Yep. I think we're well and beyond the it's a fluke. Like, they're just
hot start.
They're just off to a hot start.
This is who they are.
Like this is a team that's going to be resilient. This is a team that is going to be able to. They're not perfect. They're not. They're not going to be indefatigable all season. But they are going to be able to run with the big dogs, and I think that's a big confidence boost for the guys in the room. And for me as a fanalist, it's been a big confidence boost to believe that a fan and an analyst. It's a big confidence boost to really feel like, it's a corner turned in what is going to be this process of the Blackhawks going from where they were when Kyle Davidson took over the organization to where we want to get them get back to as fans and where the organization wants to get back to.
They are 1 point out of the wild card. They and Seattle have 28 points each, but Seattle has 2 games in hand. San Jose in the top wild card spot with 29 points. They've actually been really good lately. They kicked the crap out of Utah last night.
San Jose,
another 3-point night for Macklin Celebrini.
I thought Macklin Celebrini and his ragtag group of former Blackhawks was going to be really bad this year, and credit to them. Like they're in the same boat. Celebrini, just like Bedard, is carrying that team on his shoulders, and he has a good supporting cast around him, as does Connor Bedard, and they're showing up when they need to, and they've got good goaltending from Askarov this season. It's been fun, and to see games like the Ducks game, eventually when the Hawks and Sharks lock up, I'm sure that's going to be some good games. Like, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Hey,
it's nice to know too. We did hit our 600 mark. Thank you very much to Madhouse Meek with 20, another 10 from Anonymous, and I think I mentioned this $50 one, but in case I didn't, another 50 from Anonymous. So thank you. There's no game where the Hawks go into it where I go, they don't have a chance tonight.
No,
or they're going to get stopped. The one time I was like, it
was Colorado,
and they lost 1-0.
Yeah, it was down to another game where you basically say flip a coin,
right?
And it's Cale Makar in that game that makes the difference.
And what's also very cool is you look at, like, this league is shifting. We talked about how, Florida's last place in the East, but you've got Anaheim in first in the Pacific. Young team. You've got San Jose in a wild card spot. You've got the Hawks sniffing. You got Utah sniffing. Meanwhile, Calgary, Nashville, Vancouver, St. Louis, Winnipeg, these older teams are at the bottom of the West. Look at Minnesota. Jesper Wallstedt has his 4th shutout in 6 games.
That's crazy.
Like, he's playing out of his mind. He has pulled them. They're 8-0-2 in their last 10. They got off to a really bad start, and now they're on fire. They got Minnesota's got some good young talent, obviously. So, like, you're seeing, you've still got your Colorados and your Dallases, but those teams also have really good young players on them.
Like, young talent.
The top of this league is very strong and very young. Montreal's another one who's kind of fallen short a little bit this year of expectations, but at the same time, they're they got to leapfrog 4 teams to get in a wild card spot, but they're 2 points out.
Yeah, the East
is such a cluster. Yeah. So, all right, we gonna do the nickname thing here before we go?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
I'm so glad we get to
I wish we did jersey numbers, because we'd be here all night.
Well, that's too easy for you. That's too easy. All right, so here's the game. If anyone is familiar with Hockey Reference, which if you're watching this, you probably are, they have a feature
maybe not.
where they will maybe they have a feature where they will list nicknames for players. Some of them are very obvious. Some of them everybody knows.
Okay.
Some of them are so obscure that they may only be found once on a Tumblr post in 2009.
Okay.
But they are found there.
Okay, so
and they count as a nickname.
Are these all Hawks? Are they all current players?
These are current and former Blackhawks.
Okay.
These are all verified nicknames from Hockey Reference.
Okay. I don't think I'm going to do good on this.
And there are 10 of them.
All right.
Okay.
So,
10 names. You're going to give me one answer, and I'm going to say yes or no.
Okay.
Correct or incorrect. 60 seconds on the clock.
Oh, wow. Okay.
10 names in 1 minute.
All right.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. 60 seconds on the clock.
Okay.
And away we go. Whose nickname is Bambi?
Vlasic.
Incorrect. Duncan Keith. Whose nickname is Manchild? Manchild.
No, it's not Connor Bedard.
It's not Sabrina Carpenter.
Manchild.
Played in tonight's game.
Levshov?
Incorrect. Brandon Saad. Whose nickname was the Bulldog?
Bertuzzi?
Martin Lapointe. Whose nickname was Bones?
Oh, I know this one. Bones. I don't know. Boland.
Incorrect. Tony Amante. Whose nickname was Archie?
Zhamnov.
Yes, correct. Whose nickname was Shootsy?
Shootsy? Sharp?
Incorrect. Max Domi. Whose nickname was Little Peekaboo?
Little Peekaboo. Theo Fleury.
Incorrect. Patrick Kane. Whose nickname was the Swedish Missile Defense System?
Swedish missile defense system has got to be Hjalmarsson.
Yes, correct. Whose nickname was Superman, spelled like the food?
That's Brian Campbell.
Incorrect. Ilya Mikheyev. Whose nickname is Gargamel?
Flino.
Yes, that's correct. Whose nickname is Mayor of Charleston?
Mayor of Charleston. Reggie Dunlop.
Incorrect. It was Matt Grzelcyk. Did he get it? No, he did not get it.
Those are horrible. Those are the dumb. What is it, Captain Peekaboo? That is
Little
off-putting.
Peekaboo.
I don't like that at all. I don't even want to know.
Patrick Kane's well-known nickname, obviously.
I do not want to know the origins of, what is it? Baby Peekaboo?
Little Peekaboo.
Little Peekaboo? No. That's got a bad story behind it, guaranteed.
You got Nick Foligno correct.
Gargamel, for those who don't know, is the villain on the Smurfs.
You got Nicholas Hjalmarsson's correct. The Swedish Missile Defense System. You got Archie for Alexei Zhamnov correct. So you got 3 out of 10.
Those are dumb ones.
Again, Bones was Tony Amane. The Bulldog was Martin Lapointe.
Now that you mentioned Bones, I feel like I've heard that before.
Manchild for Brandon Saad. I would have thought you would have got that one.
Because they probably called him T-Bone because he's Tony, and then it turned to Bones.
Could
that
be.
Makes sense.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
Duncan Keith was Bambi. I thought you would have got that one. Max Domi, Shootsy, was on his jersey in Montreal when they did a special warm-up night. Remember when you could wear specialty warm-up jerseys? Yeah. He had Shootsy on the back of his jersey for his nickname.
Too woke.
Ilya Mikheyev's Twitter handle is Superman65, S-O-U-P, soup.
Ilya Mikheyev has Twitter?
Yes. And
does he say anything?
Is
it just a bunch of 3 dots?
While he was active on Twitter, he had
an
ad campaign with, I believe, Campbell's Soup Canada, where he would pick the game day soup of the game.
Chicken noodle.
That's a real thing that's
sure.
up on Twitter.
Okay.
Matt Grzelcyk is known as the mayor of Charlestown from his time in Boston, given to him by Torrey Krug. And Little Peekaboo is Patrick Kane's nickname. Which originated.
I don't want to know this
because his initials are P and K, so PK, Peekaboo. That's how it worked. Little Peekaboo, and that originated from both Patrick Sharp and Jonathan Toews back in the haha days of the Blackhawks. And that is the Tumblr post from 2009 that I found.
Okay,
that mentions Jonathan Toews calling Patrick Kane Little Peekaboo.
All right. That reminds me of like the old I sat and gum trick.
Which is?
I can't talk about it on the show. Men of a certain age will know what the I sat and gum trick is. You just pull something through your shorts and it looks like chewing gum.
That's gross. I'm glad that we got to play that game, and I'm glad that we got to educate each other about the true
I don't like losing
nicknames of all of these Blackhawks greats.
I'm gonna bag skate myself, so to speak.
When Detroit is here on December 13th.
Yeah.
I really hope they skate. They do a morning skate. I will stick around for Detroit's, and I will go into the Detroit locker room, and I will go up to Patrick Kane and say, "What's up, Little Peekaboo?"
No, I think you should just ask a question in a scrum bag. Little Peekaboo, what's the secret to your success? Just like throw it in there. Oh, interesting. Little Peekaboo. You just scored your whatever.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Great. I'm
sure he'll love that.
I'm gonna bring up Mayor of Charleston to Matt Grzelcyk though.
All right, I like that. All right, we're going to bed, y'all.
That was good. Do we have a final tally?
Yeah, what's our final money raised?
Final money. $622.
So we were the first show to do this?
No. We're the last.
Oh. They only got how much did they get? Okay.
I got to say, for being a show that was basically only happening after Giving Tuesday, getting over $600 is pretty good.
Yeah, thank you.
I will
we
say
appreciate it very much.
We still have what?
Nah, we don't need to hear from Frank. I think it's going to make me sad.
Okay. That's okay.
He's going to get a goal. As soon as he gets a goal, they're going to flood out.
He'll score.
He's still getting points and still getting chances. That's what matters.
Yeah, he's playing well.
Oh, dip.
Really? Wow. Okay, so we're 78 away from our goal, and
All
Thank you, Jules. We are extending the show.
I will say we'll stay till
we
stay
got
till 1:30.
We got 12 minutes. Okay,
12 minutes.
12 minutes. All
12
right.
minutes.
Is everyone okay with that? This is a group.
All right.
Okay. It's for
Chloe,
the
you
it's
can
for
just
the
do
youth.
smelling salts. You don't need our permission.
It's already ordered. It's going to be here tomorrow. You can just take it home with you if you want.
I need an excuse to do it.
Just do it.
Okay.
I can't
Just
just
be
do
like
it.
late
I
night
need
Hawks
the
game.
excuse.
Let's go.
I gotta wake
I
up.
will
yeah.
say it is 1:19 in the morning, so we
Yeah.
are. What is it? Mathing. We are $88 away from 1,000.
That's a little peekaboo number.
Who
78.
Who wants
We're
to donate
78 away.
$88?
78 away.
Sarah's donated $88.
Good job,
Let's
Sarah.
go, Sarah. Woo!
Oh, we did it.
Hey!
Great. All right. Well, we got to do the Demidov thing.
Yeah, let's give
All
a
right.
couple minutes to Ivan Demidov and his fan base that is, I think, still vocal
That's
in
fine.
Blackhawks world.
Go
but
ahead and be mad about it
Tis-
and not enjoy a really good player.
Tis dwindling. Okay, let me rewind the clock.
Yep.
Back to the summer of 2024.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Connor Bedard needs a wingman,
Yes, he does.
and there is one lighting it up in Russia,
Yep.
and his name is Ivan Demidov.
The concern, though, I have, Mario, is will he come to the United States? And I know that's a bit of a concern at this point.
I think he will.
Okay. You seem pretty confident in that.
I'm very confident that he will. Look, it's very obvious that.
By the way, it was Jules.
Thank you, Jules.
$400 in donations. Thank you very much, Jules.
Just now or in total?
Just now. 300, then another 100.
Oh, okay. Dang, Jules, let's
so
go.
we're gonna, if Jules can go to the game,
Yeah, that
you're
might,
getting multiple. For every $50 you donate, you get an entry. Right.
That's quick math. Is
Yes.
8 entries.
There you go.
It's a good chance. Yeah, I mean, so we as a show, you, me, and Greg.
Yep.
We were on the Demidov
We were.
train,
Yes.
and I think I will say for myself, if I were to go back, knowing what I know now, taking a line from the movie Wish,
Mm-hmm.
I still pick Demidov. And I wonder if, and now we know that the trade was attempted
Mm-hmm.
to get the 4th pick from Columbus to get both players, Levshinov and then Demidov. I wonder if you take him at 2, it doesn't matter what happens at 3. Maybe that trade goes through at 4 anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Or what happens at 3 changes because Demidov's off the board. I know Anaheim didn't take him. Columbus wasn't going to take him. I just wonder how that changes things. I wonder if you go Demidov at 2, you try and make the move, or you make a move with somebody else, and Levshinov is still there for you to get. I still think that could have been possible, but I think for me, what Levshinov has done has been really great, really impressive. I'm very happy with him. Very happy with him. And I think if you were looking at it realistically going into the draft, you knew that there was a lot there to like.
Right.
So even taking him, it's not like it was Demidov or trash. You're getting Artem Levshinov, who is right now blossoming into a defenseman.
He's going to be your best defenseman when you're good.
that you can play 18, 19, 20 minutes a night. You give power play opportunities, and you see that from him. But I just look at what Demidov probably would have been right alongside Connor Bedard. And I think that would have been a lot of fun.
Yes.
I think that would have I think you have 2 guys that would really play off of each other really well. And I think it takes a little bit of offensive pressure off of a guy like Frank Nazar, who has a lot of talent and will be a very good, very key piece to this group moving forward. But you don't have to necessarily say, "Oh, Frank has to be the number 2 guy."
Right.
Going forward.
Well, here's what I'll
say. That's just me.
I agree. I would, if we could redo it, I would still take Demidov because you're right. I think that he is going to grow into a spectacular player.
Yeah.
He's got 21 points in 27 games this year. He's not getting a ton of ice time, by the way. Against Toronto, tonight, he had 17-15, 14-12 against Colorado, 12-07 versus Vegas. So he's playing 3rd, 4th line minutes. Special teams, power play, of course.
Yeah.
So when he starts getting top 6 minutes, those numbers are going to increase and be playing with better players too.
Surprising that he's not.
But here's the thing. One thing we know about Kyle Davidson is he is not like his predecessor, where it is what is right in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
I need to focus on the 2024 draft right now, and I can't look anywhere beyond that. Right?
Right.
Whereas it feels like Davidson said, if I'm choosing simply between Levshunov and Demidov, maybe I take Demidov. However, looking ahead to the 2025 draft, it is very heavy at forward. Right. Very, very heavy at forward with Misa and Frondell and Hagens and on it. Like it was a Daniel, like it was very, very loaded up front.
Martone.
So Davidson knew, okay, chances are I'm going to be picking in the top 5 again next season. And there's going to be a really good forward for me there. So I'm going to take Levshunov now because I don't think we have a franchise defenseman. I feel good about Vlasic. I feel good about Rinzel's development. I feel good about Del Mastro and Allen, but none of those guys are franchise number 1 defensemen. I think Artem Levshunov can be that. I'm taking him. I'm going to try to get Demidov too. If not, I feel really good about Misa, Frondell, boom.
Right.
And he ends up with Anton Frondell, who many think could be here by the end of this year.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about him today, saying that they're very happy with the way he's playing over there. They can see him playing up and down the lineup, center or wing. They're thrilled with him.
Yeah.
Right? You also have Roman Kanserov. So if you take Demidov there, you don't get Levshunov. Then you got Demidov, Frondell. That's great too, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, now you're sort of looking at your decor and saying, okay, we feel pretty good about all these guys, but who do we feel great about?
Mm-hmm.
Who do we feel like could be the number 1 of ones, 1A defenseman?
Yeah.
And for all the shortcomings that Artem Levshunov has had this year, the plays where you go, oh my God, and you pull your hair out and you're like, Artie, what are you doing? If you can't acknowledge that you see that he is going to be a great defenseman, you're kidding yourself. You are just dug in because you're upset they didn't take Demidov, and you're refusing to look at Levshunov for what he is and what he's going to be. Duncan Keith at 20 was nowhere near what Artem Levshunov is right now. And I'm not saying Artem Levshunov is going to be Duncan Keith. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying from where he's at as a player at this age, also considering change of country from junior to college to Rockford to Chicago in a very short amount of time. He's learning how to live in this country, right?
Yeah.
He's
20.
And he's 20 years old, and he is thriving for a guy his age. So, and even like the point total is not that far off. Demidov's got 21. What's Levshunov got? 13?
13 or 14?
Levshunov has 13 points.
13, yeah. As a defenseman.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's playing, 20 minutes a night most nights.
Mm-hmm.
He's your power play 1 quarterback. He's been a little reluctant to shoot, getting better at that lately.
Scored his first goal.
You are seeing the evolution of Artem Levshunov happening here. And I don't think there was a wrong pick there with Demidov or Levshunov. It's just really fun to imagine, oh my God, what Bedard and Demidov could have been together.
Yeah.
But I think
our
message, I think all along though, has been like, okay, it didn't happen. Let's not dwell on it for the next 10 years.
Right. Yeah.
It doesn't make a lot of sense. You
got
a really good player.
And definitely as Levshunov has progressed this season, it's gotten way quieter.
Yes, it has.
Way quieter.
Yes, I agree.
Anyways, and yeah, as people are pointing out in the chat, yes, we're very happy with where Roman Kanserov is at and how Nick Lardis has progressed and what Frondell's been doing. Like, they have a lot of...
Kevin McKenna this year because of the Panthers.
Yes, thank you, Panthers. So yeah, it'll be completely fine. Anyways, yep. That was a fun little trip in the time machine.
Yes.
We'll get back to present day, and we will be back on Thursday.
Well, technically tomorrow.
Tomorrow. In 30-some-odd hours, we'll be back here. Hawks and Kings.
LA.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to bed.
I'm tired.
Thanks, everybody.
You for
we love you.
Tuning in. Thank you for donating and putting us over the top. Appreciate it. If you don't forget, if you did $50 or more, email us Blackhawks@allchgo.com. Make sure you screen grab your donation. If you can go to the December 13th game between the Blackhawks and the Red Wings, that is our CHGO takeover night, first of 3.
Yeah, and Jules cannot. Jules lives in LA. So
all right.
Thank you, Jules.
So if you're in the Chicago area, let us know. If you're eligible to do it, we will put you into the raffle. We'll record it. Maybe we'll do it before we do smelling salts, and sure. We'll make sure we know who is going to be accompanying us on December 13th for those 2 tickets that opened up. And if you want to go to our final takeover, because the Sweet Night is sold out on January 19th.
Playoff implications.
Very likely, I'm saying. April 15th, the regular season finale at home against the San Jose Sharks. Bedard versus Celebrini at the United Center. Come to that game with us. Hang out with us in the CHGO Diehard, or in the CHGO crew. Pre-game happy hour at Crossroads. Those tickets are in the 300 level. It's a little bit more affordable than I would say the Detroit and the Sweet game was. Limited tickets are available for that, and being that it's the last regular season post-game show of the year, after the game, anyone who's going to be going for the takeover event is invited to come back and be a live studio audience for the final home post-game show of the regular season before the playoffs.
Yes. All right. I'm just going to torch and say yeah, because I need to go to bed.
All right. Let's go. Yes.
Yeah, we don't have the smelling salts
yet. They are not
yet.
here right now. Thank you, FedEx. Non-sponsored. But we will pay it off, and we will do it for the views. So,
all right. And then we see a good morning from Sweden. Jackson. Now, I'm assuming that's not how you say it in Swedish, but that's how all the boys in the baseball league spell Jackson. Jackson or Jackxzyn.
Jason.
I don't know. Well, good morning anyway. All right, good night. We got to go.
Soft J.
Goodbye. We're going to let our producers go to bed. Bye. Love you. Thank you. Yes. Hit the button. Hit that song. There we go. Hit Big Dave.
Frat House.
Nail it.
We all silly like the mayor.